Hi there, real estate aficionados. If you watched our last video, court cases against brokerages, sellers no longer to pay buyer agent, then you are in the know about how we got to this place and how it may change how real estate commissions work moving forward. It's happening. The National Association of Realtors, the NRA, folded to what the Department of Justice, DOJ, suggested in its statement of interest in the Nozolek case. That is, now the NRA agrees with the DOJ by entering its new proposed settlement agreement to disallow home sellers from making any offer of compensation to buyer agents in their MLS listing, beginning, get this, mid-July 2024. Now we have a date. However, according to the NRA's settlement offer, home sellers will still be allowed to make home buyer concessions in the MLS for closing costs. Further, the NRA says that buyer agents will now be required to have written representation agreements with their buyers starting in mid-July 2024. All of this is subject to court approval, but basically everything we're going to talk about in this video is now on the fast track to becoming reality. In this video, we are diving into the details of all the real estate changes we see on the horizon. They're not all bad, but you need to be prepared. So let's get to it. Industry shift. First, let's get into the ways that the real estate industry is likely to transform. Enhanced transparency. In the evolving real estate business landscape, buyers will gain clearer insights into the costs associated with purchasing a home, including understanding that the agent's fee is currently part of the home's price. Buyer agents' fees are not free, and they never have been. Direct negotiation. Because buyers will be aware that their agents' fees are part of the home price, buyers and their agents will engage in more straightforward discussions, with buyers actively participating in negotiating the buyer's agent's fee. Competitive rates. Because home buyers may start to openly negotiate with buyer agents, the industry may see more competitive pricing. Further, that may lead to more tailored and defined services provided by buyer agents so that they can compete in this new world. Do-it-yourself choices. Home buyers will learn that their agents' fees are not only negotiable, but their home buying options include the choice to purchase a home without an agent if they feel confident to do so. That's a big change. They've always been able to do that, they just didn't know it. Home price drops. Will home prices drop if buyer agents' commissions do decrease? Not likely. Home prices are determined by the market, not by commission rates. Even if the traditional commission structure is altered, it's the market dynamics that ultimately dictate pricing, so home values aren't likely to change, even if commission percentages decline. 2. Buyer agent demise? Let's delve into the pressing question that's been on many of our minds. Will buyer agents become obsolete? Staying power. Rest assured, the role of buyer agents is not going anywhere. Many buyers will continue to value the expertise and personalized service provided by buyer agents, especially because a home purchase is usually the biggest purchase a consumer will make in their lifetime. It's risky to go it alone. Disruption failures. For years, there's been a bunch of companies trying to shake things up and change who earns the real estate commissions. But guess what? Most of them have fallen short of changing the industry, and some even pivoted to join it. For example, apparently Zillow first came on the scene with the goal of replacing real estate agents. But Zillow quickly discovered they had the last mile problem. The last mile refers to a common supply chain problem where the last mile of transporting a product is rife with logistical challenges. It's easy to get it to a hub, but not out to the individual people. Zillow discovered that an agent's local knowledge is critical, so Zillow pivoted to selling leads to real estate agents, not replacing them. On a side note, Zillow also found out the hard way that their Zestimates don't stack up to actual knowledge of agents who visit local neighborhoods and homes on a regular basis. Relying on their own zestimates and buying up homes to flip them, Zillow lost $230 million and exited the iBuying business, blaming its failure on their own zestimates home value algorithms for inaccurately predicting home values. So be careful if you're relying on those. Other historical precedents. When discount brokerages, stock brokerages, arrived on the scene, many pundits said that would be the end of stockbrokers. I was a stockbroker, so I was concerned. But it wasn't. They were wrong. Similarly, when more people understood that they could represent themselves in court, that didn't stop people from hiring lawyers to do it instead. Unmatched investment significance. Purchasing a home is often the largest investment individuals make, similar to the importance of investing in the stock market or navigating the legal system. These stakes are high, and the value of a knowledgeable advocate by your side is immeasurable. The expertise of real estate agents will remain in demand due to the importance of professional guidance in a major transaction. Professional advantages. Agents offer more than access to listings. Agent representation brings the power of negotiation, insider knowledge, and a vast network that can lead to better pricing and opportunities. Agent expertise can be the key to unlocking the best deals and avoiding overpaying and taking on too much risk. Risk mitigation. With an agent's guidance, buyers are less likely to encounter costly, potentially devastating mistakes. Agents provide a wealth of local knowledge, insights into home-specific concerns, and a seasoned eye for spotting potential issues in data overload. While potential buyers have more information at their fingertips than they have ever had before, the abundance of data can be overwhelming. The high availability of property details has paradoxically increased the reliance on buyer agents. The more information there is, the more buyers seek a professional to navigate the complexities, validate the data, and clarify the path forward. In essence, the role of buyer agents is not diminishing, but evolving. Our expertise, negotiation skills, and insider knowledge remains invaluable. As the landscape of real estate continues to transform, our profession stands resilient, indispensable, and more critical than ever in guiding clients through the intricate journey of purchasing their dream home. 3. How will agents get paid? All right, let's tackle the big question. If sellers cannot offer to pay buyer agent fees, what will be the new game for how buyer agents get paid? Yes, we're hitting the heart of the issue now. The future of buyer agent compensation is shifting away from being an indirect cost included in the home's sale price. The DOJ's vision. First, let's start with the DOJ's stated vision. If you watched our other videos or read our blog called Court Cases Against Brokerages, Sellers No Longer to Pay Buyer's Agent, then you know that this whole idea of the seller not being able to offer a buyer agent broker fee on the MLS came from the DOJ's statement of interest in one of the many lawsuits with the same issues. And their vision regarding how buyer agents would be paid? Well, the DOJ said it does not see a future where buyers have to dig deeper into their pockets at closing to pay their agents. Instead, the DOJ foresees a world where buyers request that the seller pay their buyer's agent as a condition of their offer for the home. The DOJ contends that, quote, thus, the current practice could continue where the seller factors the commissions into the offer the seller is willing to accept. So, the seller still pays for the buyer agent? Sounds great for buyers, right? Well, maybe. It's all just math. For example, if a seller gets an offer for $1 million and the buyer asks for $25,000 to be paid to their agent, and the seller gets another offer that doesn't ask for anything to be paid to the agent, yet their offer is $974,000, well, then the first offer is going to be better. However, buyers often feel anchored to the list price request. So if two buyers offer list price and only one adds the condition of the buyer's agent fee, the buyer without that request will win the home every single time. Here are two other options for payment that might happen with buyer agents. Direct payment from buyers. The straightforward route is that buyers would pay their agents directly when they purchase a home. In that event, buyer agent fees would become just another closing cost. Closing costs are customarily paid on top of the purchase price. Costs like escrow fees, title insurance, lender fees, and property taxes could then also include buyer agent fees. But note, if buyer agent fees are paid as a part of the closing costs, there will need to be a change in how home purchases are financed. Lender rules will need to allow buyer agent fees to be part of the mortgage financing. But how hard could that be? Lenders already pay for buyer agent fees because they are currently part of the home price. This is a detail change. Seller concessions. Another possibility is that sellers may end up offering to pay buyer agent fees, much like how sellers can offer to credit buyers some stipend to pay for a new carpet or to offer to pay down the loan for a buyer. It doesn't seem that any new law could prevent sellers from making this type of a concession, and it is different than the traditional method of a seller paying the listing agent 5 or 6% and then the listing agent paying the buyer's agent. In this case, the buyer agent offer, the concession, would be between the seller and the buyer, not the seller and their listing agent. However, if all sellers did this because their listing agent tells them they really need to sell the house, then the results might undo any benefit to buyers that the DOJ believes would otherwise occur from preventing sellers from making buyer agent offers through their listing agent agreement. Still, seller concessions to buyers would be under their own terms. A seller might offer a percentage of the sale or a flat fee to a buyer's agent. And then if that fee doesn't match what the agent and the buyer have agreed on, the buyer would still need to make up any difference with a direct payment. 4. How buyer agent business may evolve. If the DOJ's statement is adopted by the courts, then the landscape for buyer agents could evolve to something new and different. Here's what we could see. Fee negotiations. Under the new DOJ proposal, buyer agents will need to negotiate their fees. The DOJ anticipates that if agents need to justify their worth directly to the buyers who are footing the bill, they will compete for business, which may put downward pressure on customary buyer agent rates. Experience pays. If buyer agents are not all offered the same compensation for a listing as they are now, then this payment structure could shift, with compensation more closely reflecting an agent's experience and expertise. Seasoned agents might command higher fees, while newcomers may need to lower their rates or collaborate with experienced colleagues to bolster their value proposition. Niche specialization. More agents may be attracted to offering niche specialization. Those agents could then justify their fees by specializing in particular market segments, offering unparalleled expertise in specific areas. More value for the home buyer. Industry shakeup. The move to more variable commissions and the need to justify agent value may squeeze some agents right out of the business, especially those wedded to the traditional models. However, this might mean a less crowded field for those agents who adapt, potentially leading to more business for the adaptable agents. Rethinking agent roles. Buyer agents will likely need to become adept at conducting buyer consultations, something they haven't had to do for quite a while, thus thoroughly explaining the buying process, their unique value, and possibly offering tiered pricing for different levels of service or commitment. Innovative pricing models. We might see agents experimenting with new pricing strategies, such as flat fees, hourly rates, or a la carte service menus, allowing buyers to tailor the services to their needs and budget. In any event, these shifts in the real estate industry suggest a future where buyer agents must clearly communicate their value and adapt to a marketplace where buyers have greater influence over the terms of the agent's compensation. This could lead to a more transparent, customer-focused industry that rewards agents who can effectively demonstrate their worth and adapt to the evolving real estate landscape. And if you're unsure how to explain your value and the best ways to do it, we have that information coming up in another video. So subscribe and hit the bell notifications to be notified that our next video has dropped. Benefits to buyer agents. While change is never fun, should the real estate world change to a landscape where buyer agents must negotiate their fees directly with the buyers, then there could be several significant benefits. Elevated professional esteem. As the industry evolves, there's a silver lining for buyer agents, a boost in respect and recognition. The shift in how agents are compensated and perceived is likely to enlighten more people about the true value of an agent's role, which extends far beyond merely opening doors and showing properties. This heightened appreciation would stem from a better public understanding of the nuanced, multifaceted, and multitasks of a hard-working buyer agent. Appreciation of agent investment. Along with agents describing their value to buyers, buyers could come to know that agents make a significant investment in their profession. Agents cover all their own operational expenses, pay their broker and referral partners part of their commission, all with the high-stakes risk of earning no income without successful deals actually closing. When the public understands that agents make significant investments to provide value with no guaranteed pay, this could foster greater respect for agents as the public gains insight into the financial and emotional stakes involved in the real estate profession. Potential for direct compensation. The changing landscape might open doors for agents to be compensated for their time, irrespective of the transaction outcome. This potential paradigm shift means agents could explore billing models that ensure they are paid for the professional services they provide, much like other consultants in other fields. I mean, seriously, who else can work as much as an agent and not get paid at all? Enhancement of professional standards. As the industry demands more transparency and value demonstration, it's likely that the market will naturally filter out agents who cannot articulate or deliver on their value proposition. This could result in a professional environment populated by highly skilled, value-driven agents, elevating the overall quality and reputation of the profession. In essence, this transformation could lead to a more respected, value-oriented profession where buyer agents are acknowledged not for the deals they close, but for the comprehensive expert service they provide to their clients. This shift promises to not only enhance the perception of buyer agents, but also to cultivate a marketplace where true professional merit is the cornerstone of success. And that's all good. Hey, and I already said before, we have more videos coming out about the significant shift in the buyer agent business, what may occur, and how to handle it. So subscribe and hit the bell notification so you'll be first to be notified when we drop our next video. And if you're looking to join a brokerage, I'm with the Wolfpack sponsorship team at eXp Realty, and we offer value that no one else in the real estate business is offering, all for free. Seriously, there are no tricks. By partnering with us, you'll be joining one of the fastest growing teams at eXp Realty, which is also the fastest growing brokerage on the planet. Learn more at smartagentalliance.com. Here's other information to help you as a real estate agent, more information about the past court cases that are already happening, and information about eXp Realty and the Wolfpack. Those videos should be showing right now. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.